Welcome in. Greg Ruff along with you, and joining me for this GMAC interview is Austin Selby, the men's and women's cross-country coach here at Trevecca. Also happens to coach track and field too. And yesterday, today, these are the days that we kind of turn the page. The energy snaps and the athletes are back, the coaches are back, and we all get a little more pressure to us, but it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, I look forward to these couple of days all summer. It's about 5 days in May where I'm like, okay. But I look forward to this all summer. Everybody coming back. There's just so much new, so much exciting, so much to catch up on. And so just to have the athletes here and the new athletes here, and we have new coaching staff this year even. So it's just a lot of excitement and so much possibility ahead of us that it's just a really fun time of year for us and them.
You're still relatively new here at Trevecca, but you have obviously been building towards something here, and really had some great success last year, especially on the cross country with a couple of champions. Talk about first the men's side and Logan Rogers, and really what you saw with him last year.
Yeah, Logan had a great fall. He really continued where he left off the previous spring and pushing himself harder than he ever had before, and trying to push the boundaries of what was possible. And it was great to see that through the fall. Hoping for more of the same this fall. Had some hiccups along the way over the summer and the spring for him, but I think he's going to come back strong. And just across the board from the rest of the team, I think they're stronger than they've ever been. They've had a harder summer of training than they've ever had before. Still within decent boundaries, so they don't wear out too quick. But most of the team is getting older from that first class from when I came in, and so able to do a little more, and hopefully by virtue of all that, run a little faster.
Talk about the new guys on the men's side.
Yeah, Anthony Reeves we brought on. We actually brought him on this summer. We spent some time in the fall talking to him, and it just worked out to get him. He's an excellent miler, 800 runner as well, but also has some great 5K times. And so I think he's got an engine that goes, and he knows how to push hard. I've seen him run a few times now, and just really excited to see kind of how he progresses as he bonds with the team. And then we brought in another guy from my alma mater at CHS, Centennial down there in Franklin, Austin Woods. Really excited to see what his potential is. I think he's really untapped right now, and I think there's a lot left for him to discover, and it's going to be fun this year watching that happen. So we're excited to see what those guys can do.
As you do often, let's flip over to the women's side and talk about them a little bit. And it really starts with Caroline Hampton and what she did in her freshman season. But really, she was great. But the team was really, really good last year as well. And you got a lot of production out of all the team, really.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we had, you're right. A lot of times I think Caroline had such a stellar year that, we missed some of what everybody else was doing. I mean, there were races where, Biz was also breaking the old conference 6K record, as Caroline was doing it as well, and setting the new ones. And I just think, we have a really solid core of girls on the team. I think Caroline's going to pick up where she left off. We didn't race her extra at all this summer, didn't take her out to anything like, USA Juniors, kind of like we did with Logan previously. And we took our time building her mileage back up, and by up, it's still not very high. And so I think she's going to be rested. She's excited. She's driven. She knows the possibilities now. You don't come off a 15th place finish at your first regional not hungry for better. So it's going to be exciting to see how she progresses, but at the same time, Biz just continues to roll forward. Sierra Fleming, just what we saw out of her in the spring. Willow Moore. Just keep going on down the list. Jackie, and then on top of that, Danielle, freshman. I see her very similar to Caroline as well. So, she came in. She's coming in on low mileage but fast times, and so we're going to increase the mileage and hope to see the times come as well. So, like I said, a lot of newness and a lot of excitement.
Let's wrap it up by just talking about the conference on each side and what you expect with both sides.
Well, it's kind of it's the end of an era this year, which is good and bad. It's typically it's a smaller meet. But we're bringing in a lot of teams starting next year into the conference, so it'll kind of be fun to kind of one last time go toe-to-toe just with our kind of close conference rivals of Cedarville. That's typically how it shakes out, but you never know. I mean, I know Alderson Broadus has had some good classes this year. I'm sure I know Tony Rowe at Kentucky Wesleyan. He's a legend in Kentucky, and so I'm sure his first full year of recruiting has probably produced a lot of good talent. So we could could get to conference and see a really really tight race on all sides, and then next year we'll add Malone, who's incredible, and then after that you're talking Hillsdale, we're top 5 kind of team at nationals. So it's gonna become a whole new thing. So we're gonna enjoy this year. Excited about it. The course, from what I hear, is kind of interesting. So we'll see how that shakes out, but. I think our conference is going to continue to kind of stand out amongst the region, which is already one of the toughest regions in the NCAA, and we're more than happy to be a part of that.
He's Austin Selby. I'm Greg Ruff. This is the Great Midwest Athletic Conference preview for Trevecca and cross country.